Hey guys, this is James over at TeaDB bringing you another InBetweenIsode. So today, it's an unexpected treat for me. Well, kind of unexpected. A cake has kind of passed through my hands into the rightful owner's hand. So he gave me permission to try this tea a couple times. The tea is the 2005 Mengsong Peacock from Dayi. And so this is one of those teas from Dayi that is probably reasonably priced. Lower priced back in the day, like $15 or $20, but has risen to be about $250 in terms of the market price now, which is a lot of money. So it's one of those Dayi productions that got really hot, really famous, and I went into this session slightly skeptical just because, you're not sure what to expect. It's a very expensive example of factory tea from the mid-2000s. But I've come away from it pretty impressed, and I think I can kind of understand why this tea is so expensive. So I've done 2 steeps already. This is my second session with the tea. So going on to steep number 3 here. So the Peacock series was a series that I think Munghai did every year or so up until 2008. This is the most, so there's usually 5 teas, I believe, in the Peacock set. It's like a Mengsong, a Nanul, a Munghai, etc., etc. And the Mengsong from this year is the most expensive of the 5. Although there are definitely some that are very close. I think the Munghai is also second most expensive or the same price. We're gonna smell. So overall, there's still a little bit of smoke in it. For the first 2 infusions, I was getting a little bit of, barbecue-like smoke from the leaves. But it's mainly gone now, and it's mainly replaced with sort of more of woody tones to it. Shaw actually compared this to the 2005 Naka that white tea sells. And I actually think that's a really apt comparison, and I can see a lot of similarities. I haven't done the side-to-side, so I can't say, and I'm only somewhat familiar with this tea, so it's really hard for me to say, similar in these exact aspects. But they do remind me a lot of each other. Cheers, guys. This is very smooth, and then there's a little bit of tart astringency here. I would say the storage on this tea has been somewhat similar to Guangdong Dry. That's where it shipped from. I don't know if it's been in that storage for how long, but something like that. The storage is producing sort of a orangish liqueur, so definitely fitting into sort of that semi-aged category. It's got really smooth mouthfeel, good depth to it, especially for a Munghai County tea. You can feel it go into the back of the mouth and into the throat. So pretty thick body. I would say the body is potentially even thicker than the Naka's. Medium to heavy body. A little bit mushroomy. And so the tea is already really causing me to sweat. And I noticed that the previous time I tried this tea, I had the first few infusions, and then right when I was getting to like 5 or 6, the tea really, really started to hit me pretty hard in terms of chi and stuff like that. And it's sometimes an experience that I can get from the Naka, but not every time. I found that the Naka can be a little bit inconsistent session to session. And the chi and the way that the tea hit me really reminded me of that. More pine tones off the aroma. Very nice mouthfeel. And then it kind of just sticks sort of in the back of your mouth. You can feel it go down, and then you can feel a bunch of different tastes in the throat. So I really like that. I think it's got really good depth to it, especially, and I find the tea to be very enjoyable. And I think it is sort of behaving similar to last episode. I'm starting to feel really feel the effects of the tea. One thing I like to do when I'm here is to tell just like how much of it is just like me heating up versus like the tea heating me up versus just being in a hot room. So there's actually a temperature measure built into the apartment just a little bit behind the camera. So I glance on that on occasion. And right now the temperature is not even particularly hot in my living room, but I am getting really, really toasty, which is, yeah, I think probably an effect of the tea. Cheers, guys. There's still sort of like a light bitterness and a bit of roughness to the tea. So I mean, there's a reason to continue to age this tea, I suppose. So, despite being the fifth tea, the tea is still doing a pretty good job of just holding up. It's still got pretty decent body and stuff like that, so I'm going to keep the steep time still pretty short. Right now would be about when I would start to think about like really starting to extend that steep time. So you can see it's brewing up orange. So, sort of sweet mushroom tones to it. Yeah. So, would this be a tea that I could drink daily? Probably not, but it is a pretty enjoyable tea, I think, given the mood that you might be in. It's it definitely sort of like brought to light. I was like, Dayi tea, how good could it really be? There's a lot of hype costs associated with Dayi, but I think I really can kind of understand what people are looking for when they turn to a brand like this, because this is a very good tea. Is it worth $250 for 400 grams? No, I'm not sure, but I think it does compare pretty dang well to the Naka, and that sells for an even more expensive price. So, I can understand it at the very least. I don't think I'm going to spend the money, but I wouldn't blame someone if they did. So a little bit of more chocolatey tones coming into it. The viscosity is lightening up just a little bit, but it's still got a really nice, smooth, slick mouthfeel to it. So, I think that just about concludes this In-Between-isode. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for the person who allowed me to chip away a little piece from your cake. You will get it very soon. So, thank you guys for watching, and cheers.